Marth agreed yesterday that Demo's weaker than Clown. I agree. I feel like Myers might be too. Running out of tier 3s is very, very bad. We got a tie there because of this guy's head-on. Head-on is the reason we tied. That was 4-man Swift too. There's no way that wasn't. Did you see how spread out they were? They were spread out beyond belief, and we couldn't chain any slugs together because tier 3 is garbage if you know how to play around it. Okay, let's run that back. Let's play Myers again. We don't want to end on a tie, not after our hot streak we've been having. Demo's weaker than Clown in the chase, for sure, because, first of all, I've been thinking a lot about Demogorgon again, because he's an interesting character to me. Demogorgon's portals, Dazzler, in your tier list, you cited Demogorgon's portals as being a reason that he's B tier. I disagree with that, and I'll tell you why. The more I play Demogorgon, the more I realize that his portals are win more. His portals are win more because in order for you to have the time to travel through them, you have to get downs. And by the time you're getting downs, you're starting to win already. So if your portals are like on the board and you're helping you win, you've won already because you're being lethal. If you don't have lethality, your portals don't help you because the game's not slow enough for you to get them on the board. It's a win more power. And the reason why Freddy's is not is because Freddy can do it after every time he hooks somebody. Demogorgon has to go tag a generator, which takes even more time out of your... it takes even more time to do. So, like, it's a fucking waste. It's just a waste of time to sit and do all that. Okay, this squad looks more average. We should win here. Yeah, they're pointless. And then, and sometimes they can fucking lose you games, too. Yeah, Demogorgon's mobility does not. Demogorgon's mobility does not help him get out of C tier. To me, it doesn't. No in the game should have their movement poor power tied to their lethality, and Demogorgon's just is. What do you mean? Well, he compared him to Trapper in that regard. You mean like, oh, I see what you mean. Wait, I see it now. Because you have to get downs to have enough time to set your traps up, so your traps are just win more, I get it. And the reason that Hag is not win more is because Hag has all 10 of her traps tied together. But yeah, but like Rebertech, he's saying that like, in order to get your traps in the game, you already have to slow the game down yourself, so you already have to get downs to actually start winning as Trapper. I see what he means. I get it. I kind of agree with him. Good teams, those portals just aren't getting set up because because the game goes too fast. Here's the thing about Demogorgon. If the objective was slower, he'd be fucking great. If Demogorgon could actually do his thing he's trying to do without getting gen rushed, he'd be fucking fantastic. Also, this loop is broken against tier 1. We can't go after her. It's a waste of time. If tier 1 was 110, we could do it, but tier 1 is not 110. Complete waste of time. We gotta find somebody else. We have 2 minutes to get out of tier 1. She wants me to chase her because she knows where she is insane. She knows if we chase her, we'll be in tier 1 the whole match. Someone just ran up the stairs, so we'd rather go after this person. We should be in tier 2 now. No balance landing. We might get it down with tier 1. We just got down with tier 1. Shall I be set up? Yeah, that was one of my add-on buffs for him, Thasner. He should have 3. One of my add-ons was he has 3 portals set up for him already. We just got down with tier 1 Myers. He should have an entire family of add-ons that does that, Thasner. We're gonna tier up now. Oh wait, no we're not. Shit. We're still stuck in tier 1. Crates, that's what we needed. Okay, that's dealt with. Let's keep the pressure on her. Beautiful. We got the wasted pallet. And the same way, kind of Myers too. If you understand how terrible the early game is for killer, you understand why half these killers make no sense. Because killers need to be equipped to deal with, like... The killers need to be equipped to deal with the early game. The early game is... If you have a power that helps you early game, chances are you're a good character. If your power hinders you early game, you're bad. It's literally that simple. Like Myers, bad. His power hinders him early game. You cannot have a power that hinders you early game in the Gen Rush meta. You absolutely just can't. It's not acceptable. Trash Fang main. There should be an entire family of add-ons on every single killer that helps them deal with the early game. She's dead hard. She's good, so no. I hear Bill. You have a flashlight or something, buddy? He does, he does. Pallet. 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 He is dead hard. Okay. We're gonna get him. Undying is gone. Bad, bad. What are you guys doing? Look at this. If you ever wonder why Stalk should have collision, that's why. Okay, there's nobody around. Let's pick her up. Where's another hook? It's certainly easy to be fooled by Demogorgon, I think. Because the demo on paper sounds great. He really does. On paper he sounds great. But his power isn't lethal enough. If Shred was more lethal, we'd have something. But they gave survivors too much counterplay. And again, you might not even need to buff Shred. The worst killer in the game is Legion. Why? Well, what's his reasoning for that? He has Unbreakable. Why is the worst killer in the game Legion? According to him. I mean, I'm just curious. Because Legion can, like, apply injures really fast. I don't think, like, Feral Frenzy doesn't hinder him early game, so I don't consider that to be, do you think his DS really? Unbreakable yet? He has Unbreakable, I know he does. Jesus, what are they doing? Okay. Did they all drop through the floor? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. We'll hook Bill up here now. I think his DS is gone. He's an M1 killer with a non-lethal power. Yeah, but like it still gets him around the map. It helps him spread pressure really fast. I don't think he's the worst. The worst killers in the game have bad early games. For real. If you have a bad early game with a non-remarkable power, you're just fucked completely. Okay, Caltry's dealt with. Because Oni kind of has a weak early game. Because Oni has a weak early game, but Oni has a bonkers insane power that is worth waiting for. Yes, sprint burst. I agree that Legion's weak in terms of lethality. But what Legion has is a map presence. You're not gonna do that to me, rank 10. You've never played a red rank before, have you? Okay. Legion also has enough synergy with Ruin to where Legion has synergy with a Ruin Undying, with the healing and the Fana and the deep wound. Like Legion has some synergy that helps him out as well. When I play Demogorgon, all of my perks are designed to correct the character's horrendous design. Even my add-ons are dealt to do that as well. Here, we'll go over it after this. I really like, yeah, I really can't stand the Demogorgon. I really can't stand him. It's not him. It's not him. I have nothing against him or Stranger Things or anything. It's not him. I love him. But in terms of design, he is one of the worst design characters in the game. Oh, you're good, dude. And the reason why I'm so hard on him is because Scott Jund and O-Tofu and all these fucking fog whispers, they go, Demogorgon is one of the best design characters in the game. No. Like, that is a very, very dangerous opinion. If you want the behavior to make more characters like Demogorgon, you are actively wanting them to hurt the game. More characters need to be designed like the Spirit and the Nurse. And the Oni. And the Deathslinger. Where the individual counterplay is little to non-existent. No, dude, I hope they fix Demogorgon. No one is hoping they fix Demogorgon more than me. And you know what? You know what? If the Demogorgon, if they just fucking buffed the early, if they put the early game mechanic in, Demogorgon might fucking shoot up 2 tiers. Because I'm willing to say this, if the early game was okay, the character would be great. But in the current Gen Rush meta, his power is considered win more. However, if you bring the early game mechanic in, and even if you gave him no changes, if you just like buff that put the early game mechanic in, the gens might be slow enough to where the power can reliably be set up. If the power can be reliably set up, then it's not win more. But right now it's win more because it's never going to happen against a good team. Like when you play a competent SWF as the Demogorgon, you are on your ass the entire game. You are legit on your ass the whole fucking match. You're never getting portals up. You're going to be barely hanging on. It'd be a good buff to all killers too. Yeah, it'd be a great buff for Myers. It'd be a great buff for the Trapper. It'd be a great buff for the fucking health of the game, is what it would be. I don't know how you can honestly look at this game right now and say it's fine. I don't care how you slow the gens. I don't care how you do it. It can be base nerf to gen speeds, which the devs are not going to do. They've confirmed that many times. They're not doing that. It could be like go run around and have the survivors find parts to the gen to speed to make. They could heavily nerf the repair speed and make the survivors find parts in order to get their current repair speeds. That would be all right. But like, you have to play against good players. If you're not playing against good players, you're not going to understand what I'm talking about. If you're at the yellow ranks, you're not going to understand what I'm talking about. If you're like that's why rank matters, bruh. But it's like it also doesn't matter because all the red ranks fucking blow. Like I'm sure like half this team is red rank and they fucking suck. Like these guys are bad. That's why we need MMR in the game, because once you get MMR and your wins and your losses are being recorded instead of whatever the fuck this ranking system even is, once your wins and your losses are getting recorded, you'll start playing people that win as killer. Right now we have a ranking system that allows scrubs to red rank. That's why rank doesn't matter, if you want to know the truth. Rank doesn't matter because our system invites scrubs to red rank. And the reason the system invites scrubs into red rank is it genuinely favors experience over being good. So that's bad, right? That's a bad foundation. And then general game balance. A bad survivor can beat good killers if they have proper support on their team. Anybody can be a gen jockey. Anybody can do that. It's so anybody can hold a button and then hit another button to do the skill checks. It's not difficult. But it's like, when you balance for toxic things, like bruh, 4-man Swift is so powerful right now, and again, you have to have played genuine 4-man Swift that's actually good to know this. If you have played genuine 4-man Swift, you know that Ebony Moris, the old Moris, were actually, like, on the level of 4-man Swift. You know that. Because Ebony Moris required you to fucking down survivors twice. Against 4-man Swift, that was slow. That was really slow against 4-man Swift. But again, if you're at the green ranks, if you're at the yellow ranks, you're not gonna know what I'm talking about, because you've never played genuine 4-man comm sweats before. Yeah. If you ever watch the D-Pip squad, a Ebony Mori not only looks balanced, it looks underpowered. Sure, she's gonna run the clock out. The old Ebony Moris looked underpowered against genuine 4-man Swift. It was like the only true Moris that are equipped to deal with 4-man Swift were the old ones, the very, very, very old ones. I'm talking about the ones where you can Mori somebody on the ground. And even then, that would probably only tie a Swift. As an average killer. As like